Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor, Alonzo Hall, your social media insurance bro. Back again today to whap and tap on your head with yet another ADH Wealth Solution article. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth, or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional. The links are in the description of this video. So today I'm reading an article from Kiplinger, and the reason being is because shout out to the No Regrets show, my buddy Larry. He was actually talking about this, and ironically enough, I was having a conversation with some people on TikTok in regards to retirement and so on and so forth, because, a lot of this buy term insurance, invest the rest so you can invest in small increments is like trying to fill a Olympic-sized swimming pool with a thimble. You're never going to get there. Right? So let's take a look at, because he posted something in regards to his brokerage account, or one of his accounts, reaching nearly 100K, and how most Americans really don't have nearly 100K in a retirement account. So we're going to look at this Kiplinger article, and as always, I will stop and add my own take to it. The average retirement savings by age. Think you may have more than the average retirement savings of your peers? Here's your answer. This was written 3 days ago. As of today, it's June 13th, 2025. Written by Donna Lavallee. It's helpful to know the average retirement savings of your peers because, let's face it, your friends won't volunteer their numbers. As you near the end of your career, you'll want to be in at least as strong a financial situation as others in your age, so you can afford to vacation together or even move to the same retirement community. Most of all, it's a crucial step to ensure you're saving enough for the kind of retirement you want. Calculating your retirement savings is easier than determining your net worth. You don't need to subtract liabilities like your mortgage from the equation. Instead, you can start by checking the balances of any IRA and 401k accounts you have, then include the balances of HSAs and your after-tax accounts such as Roth IRAs, mutual funds, and brokerage accounts, as if they were all one retirement portfolio. You may already know your numbers if you have a financial advisor or for financial software that aggregates your accounts. To get a sense of where you stand relative to your peers, we've assembled the average retirement savings and the median retirement savings for your age. And my screen is frozen. Here we go. Average retirement savings, mean versus median. When there are wide variations in income and savings within a given group, as is the case for the U.S., it's essential to look at both kinds of averages, mean and median. You might have to harken back to 6th grade math to recall that mean is what we typically think of as an average, and median is the middle value in a range of numbers. When we look at retirement savings, the enormous wealth of individuals like Warren Buffett can make our overall retirement saving appear healthier than they actually are for the typical American. So we focus on both numbers, but particularly the median. Over half of American households, 54%, report having no dedicated retirement savings, according to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances. Yet the total 401k savings rate increased slightly to a record 14.3% in Q1 2025. These seemingly contradictory numbers indicate that the gap between non-savers and savers is growing. That gap can further distort what you can learn from average or mean retirement savings balances, unlike comparing those actively saving in a 401k or IRA against other plan participants and contributors. So again, when we see these numbers, generally when they're talking about, the average, right, they're using, like I use the numbers of the high net worth of black men is like 141,000, and people are like, oh well, that's not bad. That is bad because that includes people like Jay-Z and LeBron James and Magic Johnson and Tyler Perry and Dr. Dre, who are billionaires, right? So our numbers as black men are so fucking low that we're bringing billionaires down to the high net worth being $40,000 less than the median net worth of a white American man who's a high school dropout. Let's examine the mean and the median retirement account balances by age as reported by the Federal Reserve. One of the most anticipated moments in life after marriage and parenthood is retirement. Similar to other key milestones in life, this is a decision filled with joy, relief, fear, and anxiety. It will come of no surprise that a lot of the anxiety comes from a fear of outliving their retirement assets. The magic number Americans think they need to retire comfortably in 2025 is $1.26 million. While that's $200,000 less than the $1.46 million figure from 2024, it's still a far cry from what most people have socked away in their various retirement accounts. As you can see from the table below, I'll scroll to it, the median retirement savings for those aged 55 to 64 is 185, and 65 to 74 is 200,000, are far below that 1.26 million magic number. So here's the median and mean savings by age. So again, median is actual people. The mean includes Jay-Z, Warren Buffett, and all the super wealthy. So if you're less than 35, you've got about $18,000. 35 to 44, you got about 45 grand. 45 to 54, you maybe have 115 grand. 55 to 64, 185 grand. And 65 to 74, 200 grand. 75 and over have 130,000. That's the median. That's the actual average. Now, the mean is when we throw in those outliers, the people who have the humongous numbers, like Jay-Z and LeBron James, who are billionaires, right? Because then it's going to pull people less than 35 up to almost 50 grand. 35 to 44, 141,000. 45 to 54, 313. 55 to 64, you got a little over $500,000. And 65 to 74, you've got 610,000, but it's still well below the 1.2. You need to double the 65 to 74 to be near that phantom number that people are saying they need to feel comfortable. And this is not even including the 4% safe withdrawal rate, because people can't even afford to pull 4%, because 4% of 100,000 is $4,000. They say 4% based on $1 million 401k balance. Now, the average 401k and IRA balance, right, by age. So 25 to 29 is 24,000. 30 to 34 and 29 to there's only an IRA balance for people who are 29 to 44 of 25,000, 45 to 49 of 103,000. Right? So again, at 40 to 44, we barely got 100,000 for retirement. If I look at 65 to 69, 250,000 for retirement, right? That's 4 times less than $1 million. And if you're going to use that 4% safe withdrawal rate that your buddy Dave Ramsey tells you about, then you better have $1 million. Otherwise, you're living well below your means. And in order to have that $1 million, it's what? 25,000 is the max you can put into a 401k, and 7,000 is the max you can put into an IRA. So that's 7,000 plus 25,000, that's almost $40,000 a year. So if you're able to afford putting $40,000 a year away for retirement and still live a comfortable lifestyle, it's safe to say you live substantially above a $40,000 a year lifestyle. So when you retire, $40,000 a year ain't gonna do shit for you. How Americans save in retirement accounts. Retirement assets accounted for 34% of all household financial holdings in the U.S. as of December 2024. The $44.1 trillion national nest egg grew by $2.5 trillion in the first quarter of 2024. The majority of IRA balances come from 401k rollovers. Here's how these funds were allocated according to the ICI, Investment Company Institute. Annuities, $2.5 trillion. Private sector plans or pensions, $3.3 trillion. Government plans, $8.9 trillion. 401ks, $12.4 trillion. IRAs, $17 trillion, which equals that $44.1 trillion. Now, what I would think would happen, and Kiplinger and a lot of other wealthy people would say, create your own pension by buying an annuity. How to catch up. If you're behind in saving for retirement, you aren't alone. You are ahead of 54% of people who admit to having no retirement savings whatsoever. Whether you need to make up for lost time or want to build a cushion against inflation or unexpected expenses, it's never too late to do something now. Every dollar you set aside will grow as you continue to work towards retirement. Here are 3 ways to build up your retirement portfolio. Invest for growth. Savings is great. Everyone should have an emergency fund. But you need to invest to grow your money to meet your financial needs in retirement. You need investments that provide a rate of return above the rate of inflation to help ensure you can maintain your lifestyle after you stop working. A diversified mix of investments could help you reach your goals more quickly over very safe investments. Risk tolerance is personal, but there are age-appropriate investments that moderate risk as you approach retirement. Increase your savings rate whenever possible. Any extra money you can put into your retirement accounts will help you close the gap in your current savings goal. Increasing your contributions when you get your annual raise is an easy way to build your account without seeing any reduction in your take-home pay. After you turn 50, you can add more to your Roth IRA or 401k per year with catch-up contributions. There are super catch-up contributions for those aged 60 to 63. Consider saving in both a 401k and an IRA. Make sure to contribute enough to get the entire available 401k match. If your investment options are minimal, consider an index or target date fund. If you max out your 401k contribution limit, great. Either way, opening an IRA gives you an avenue to invest more and seek out different investment options. You can open a traditional or Roth IRA depending on your income to complement your 401k investments. Social Security is part of your retirement portfolio. Social Security is an important component of your retirement portfolio, and the age at which you claim your benefits will impact the size of your benefit for the duration of FRA, full retirement age, which is between 66 to 67 depending on the year you were born. Claiming your benefit before your FRA will reduce your benefit. Claiming at age 62 will result in almost a 30% reduction. If you wait beyond your FRA, your benefits will be bigger. You earn an additional 2/3 of 1% for every month you wait and can increase your benefit by 32% by waiting until age 70. In recent years, the average claiming age has been trending higher. Many older employees stay on to keep employer-provided health care. An unavoidable reality is the Social Security Trust Fund is going to be insolvent by 2033 and will begin reducing benefits in 2035. The 17% cut could upend your retirement financial plan depending on how much you rely on that source of income. The people at PensionBee did the math and concluded that workers would need to save an additional $100,980 to make up the difference. So far, no politician or political candidate has put forth a serious plan to head off the impending shortfall. The 2 most recent administrations have only advanced proposals that will speed up the insolvency. The Social Security Fairness Act, signed into law by Joe Biden, is expected to accelerate the exhaustion date for the trust funds by approximately 6 months, according to the Congressional Budget Office. President Trump campaigned on eliminating all income taxes on Social Security benefits. The taxes on benefits go into the trust funds that pay current beneficiaries. A reduction to this revenue stream would exacerbate the trust funds' woes if implemented. In 2023, the Social Security trust funds were credited $50.7 billion from the taxation of Social Security benefits, or 3.8% of the trust fund's total income. Also in 2023, income to the Medicare Hospital Insurance Trust Fund received $35 billion, or 8.4% of the trust fund's total income from the taxation of Social Security benefits. The One Big Beautiful Bill did not include a full repeal of income taxes levied on Social Security benefits. Instead, it provides some people over 65 with an increased standard deduction to offset the taxes paid on benefits. Individuals with a modified adjusted gross income of $75K or less and married filers with a MAGI of $150K or less will receive an additional $4,000 deduction per filer. This enhanced deduction would be in addition to the $2,000 single filers and $3,200 married filers are currently able to deduct if they are 65 and older. So that's it for today, folks. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. And wash ass. Work at something hard and see success. And remember, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.